What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 1% Better podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about the underestimated powerhouse, sleep. We spend a third of our lives sleeping, yet most of us have no idea how important that time truly is. Let's get into it. So today, we're going to explore how sleep is the cornerstone of our health, recovery, and also mental clarity. I'll share my personal experiences on struggles that I've gone through in my life and also success with sleep, and also offer actionable strategies to improve your sleep quality and make it a non-negotiable part of your life to improve 1% each day. So for me, my connection with sleep is I love it when I can get good sleep. I think everybody enjoys a great night of sleep, but I grew up in a house where we really didn't have a bedtime. It was more you go to bed when you're tired. Also, I had a TV in my bedroom. It was more of a way for our parents to control my brother and I, because we were just a very wild couple kids, and a TV with a Nintendo put us under control. This all led to very bad sleeping habits, though. I had to learn how to sleep through the years, and that was through learning books, videos, diet, supplements, and other ways. Before doing this, though, I would just power through and think it was a normal thing to do. And I approached my 30s, and I knew something had to change. Like I felt it. I felt it every morning waking up, how I was going about my day. I just was getting sick more often. My reaction time was slower. So I doubled down, and I started to educate myself on what it does for us, both good and bad. And the good was staggering. Better cognitive performance, 20 to 30% improvement, reduced heart disease risk, 50% less, improved athletic performance, 9% increase in accuracy. I golf, so that's a big deal. I need every stroke or less amount of strokes I can get. And then the negative effects, like I mentioned, getting sick more often. You're 3 times more likely to catch a cold. You're slower mental and physical responses. And then you also have a 48% more likely chance to get heart disease. So these numbers hit me hard. And I really did make sure I prioritized it day in and day out. And by prioritizing it, it accelerated my recoveries. It improved my moods. And it enhanced my mental clarity, both personally with my relationships, but also with work too. And I think we all want to get a little bit better in our personal and professional lives. And the contrast that is different between those things is being very fatigued or being well rested. You kind of take the pick. So we're in a day and age now where there is so much information to learn on this. So I highly encourage everybody listening to do research on sleep, not just listening to me. There's a book that I read called Sleep by Nick Littlehouse, and it taught me so much about how to be smarter with my sleep. So let's go through a little bit of a teaching right now. There are different stages of sleep. The first is non-REM sleep. This phase is divided into 3 different stages. The first stage is really light sleep, where the body starts to relax. Heart rate lowers, breathing becomes more regular, and then you start moving into stage 2, where it's a deeper phase of light sleep, where the brain begins to slow down, but on occasion, it bursts into activity. But then you move to stage 3, the deep sleep. This is the deepest stage of sleep, often called slow wave sleep. And for anybody that uses Whoop, you see this on your recovery and statistics and data that you're collecting. and it's crucial for physical recovery. That REM sleep, as I mentioned, this stage is really characterized by rapid eye movements, vivid dreaming, and heightened brain activity, similar to being awake, but you're not. The body's in a state of muscle paralysis, except for the essential functions. And then the other side of that is the deep sleep, the slow wave sleep that we were talking about. And this plays an important role in physical recovery. During that deep sleep, the body performs critical repairs and recovery processes. Growth hormone is released, which aids muscle repair, immune function, and also restoring the energy. Why? If you don't get enough deep sleep, or sleep in general, you're tired the next day, or you feel like shit. So it's very, very important for the body to go through this. And there's a balance between the two. Deep sleep tends to dominate the early part of the night, ensuring that the body undergoes the necessary physical repairs. It typically makes up about 20% or so of total sleep time. And then the REM sleep becomes more frequent later as the night goes on and takes up about 20 to 25% of your sleep time. Those longer periods occur more towards the morning. And this stage is vital for cognitive recovery and mental processing. So in summary, if we break it down very quickly here, deep sleep is essential for physical recovery, muscle repair, immune function, while REM sleep supports cognitive processes like memory consolidation and also emotional regulation. And both of those are just crucial. They're very, very crucial for maintaining overall health and well-being. And there's a sleep health connection. It's another area that I educated myself on, was long-term health risks associated with poor sleep. We've grown up in a day and age where celebrities in the entertainment business, athletes, think that it was so cool to talk about, oh, I get 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. There's nothing cool about that, because all it does is leads to long-term health risks, which include heart disease, diabetes, and other mental disorders. And these are the long-term impacts, but let's also look at it on the other side. What are the short-term impacts? We mentioned some of those above, but your production goes down. And with lower productivity, it also leads to lower creativity as well. You're going to have more mistakes. You're going to be thinking slower, and you're going to get mental fatigue easier. After my brain surgery, pushing through with little sleep, it was non-existent because I couldn't function without a good night of sleep. I noticed more errors, struggled to focus, and felt really mentally drained anytime that happened. When I prioritize sleep, though, my creativity goes through the roof. I come up with better ideas for my team that I lead, for what I want to do for the weekend, what we want to eat for dinner that night. Yeah, as simple as that. That's where creativity comes into play more, when you just have a good night of sleep. And then just my emotional well-being. When I don't have a good night of sleep, I'm much more irritable, I'm much more anxious, and I have, to admit it, much more difficult time managing my stress. With making sure that I did little things to improve my sleep, it lowered my anxiety tremendously, and it also made my resilience go up towards these other ways. So what I want to do now, I want to make sure that I'm giving you practical sleep tips for better rest. The first thing, and the easiest thing for you to do, set a consistent sleep schedule. Make sure that you're on a regular sleep schedule, even on the weekends, to regulate your body's internal clock, that circadian rhythm that is within you. So for me, I try to make sure that I'm in bed by 9:30 every night, asleep by 10:15. Very small window there. And I'm up by 6:15 every morning. The other thing is, you can't just go off of the sleep schedule that you're on, or the schedule of getting in bed and then going to sleep. You also have to make sure that you have a sleep-friendly environment too. Optimize your bedroom. Block out light. Reduce the noise in there. Keep the room cool, and invest in a very comfortable bedding. I'm telling you, it makes the world of a difference. Also, limit your screen time before bed. I guarantee you, everybody listening to this right now looks at their phone before they're going to sleep. Whether it's 5 minutes or an hour or longer, that blue light from those screens are hurting your melatonin production by not reducing that screen time to improve your overall sleep. You can see right now that I have these blue light glasses on, and I wore them for this episode for a reason. These have helped tremendously with my sleep schedule, helping me fall asleep faster. But also, since I have a lot of screen time during the day, I tend to make sure that I wear these glasses. These are Raw Optics. These are not an ad. I just love them. Check them out, RA Optics. I will put a link for you guys to look into them. But these are just such practical tips to lower blue light coming through and causing issues with your sleep. You want to engage in or not engage in as little screen time as possible once you get in bed. And you want to give yourself a routine to wind down. You want to make sure that when you get in bed, what are the signals that the body is picking up that it's time to go to sleep? Are you incorporating a wind down schedule, like reading? Read 10 pages. Typically that takes around 15 to 20 minutes for the average person. Or meditate for 10 minutes. This helps improve your quality of sleep. It definitely helped improve my quality of sleep after brain surgery and helped me recover much quicker. Last piece that I want to include in here as a tip is your diet. I highly advise against caffeine after noon, whatever time zone that you're in. Alcohol will forever mess with your sleep, regardless if you think you got a good night's sleep or not. There are many reports, statistics that show that alcohol does nothing but negative results for your sleep. And also heavy meals. Before brain surgery, I had a window of when I would eat. It would be between noon and 6, latest 7 o'clock. And it really helped my sleep for about 2 years improve. And then once I had my brain surgery, I have not been able to fast the way I was before, but I plan on getting back to that to improve my sleep in a number of other areas. So I want to leave you with this as we wrap up here, which is a phenomenal quote. Your body hears everything your mind says. So let me say that again. Your body hears everything that your mind says. Stay positive, rest well, and recover. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. See you, everyone.